Hi everyone, welcome to this opening round free video guide for the Summershores Tournament Expert Division with tournament wins here on the channel. Please give me a thumb up and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. We're looking at 6 holes per video, so make sure you watch all 3 videos to cover all 18 holes of this opening round. Plenty of drops and tweaks and suggestions to go along. As always, timestamps in the video down below in the description box. Make sure you take some tokens and tweak and adapt according to your clubs, balls and play style. Good luck, here we go. Here we're going to set up at P3 max rest with APOC 5 and above, edge of the clear ring touching the rough on the right with APOC 5 and 6. Then we add spin. I'm going here with 5.5 top spin, 1 bar right spin, and going to adjust max plus 10 power 3. If you've got APOC 4, you will need to stretch out 1.7 rings into overpower and then have 40% of the clear ring overlapping the rough on the right. After you adjust with APOC 4 only, you would then push up 1.7 rings. Just before circle drop overpower, hit perfect. Of course, with APOC 4, if you can't push up that amount of rings, you add the remaining amount as overpower. Bouncing over nicely, I want to have the glitch roll here. I've not landed in the rough yet, but even if I do, I know I can still reach with the Nirvana to get the green safely into for the birdie. But all being well, around 388 to 392 yards. Second shot, make a pin check, put the bullseye over the pin, and then add spin once you've looked at the plus yards displayed. We're going with 5 backspin, and I want to set up here with the spin added, of course. In the end, I just back off to about 4.9, just to make sure I don't come in short. So go with 4.9 backspin, inner ring touching the rough, ball guide through the hole by about 1 green square. You can see there, just checking my alignment, ball guide through the middle of the hole. Plus 4 pin check with sniper 10 will be plus 6 with sniper 9, and in both cases that would equal 65% slider, 5% elevation. Use sniper 10 numbers regardless of your club level. Making our adjustment, then all we need to do is center the ball and hit perfect. We're going to catch the rough very nicely, and then rolling onto the green, and we're dropping this one right at the pin. Very tough setup here, and it will stretch the limits of the shot clock. Start with a Kingmaker, look at the wind strength and put that into your app. Then switch to Navigator, 1 backspin, 1 left spin. Then we find a position with the ball guide here going into that light green square column, a little bit of the yellow ring outside the rough line. You've got to get the sequence right though here. We're going to then adjust with the Navigator ball, but we're adjusting with the Kingmaker wind strength. So you could see there it was 8.4. So I'm adjusting for 8.4 wind, min plus 25, P4. Then once I've adjusted, and only once I've adjusted, you then switch back to your Kingmaker. Otherwise you're going to mess up the shot. Please practice this one. A very good chance if you get the steps right. Catching the rough really nicely there once we've adjusted and ball swapped, and we're rolling in for a hole-in-one. Very tough shot though, get the steps in order. NMT drive with a Titan here. We are going to go with 5 top spin and 2 left spin. Then we adjust max plus 10 power 3. If you've got APOC 4, you're still going to do NMT, but once you've adjusted, you then push up 1.7 rings to compensate for having less distance than APOC 5 and above. Going with the Titan here, I want a little bit of extra wind push. You can try Kingmaker if you want, but it's untested from me. The idea here is, though, as this is a tough hole to get albatross on, I'm looking for a cheaper eagle. With the shot here, no curl, but I am using just before circle drop overpower. We're doing 2 bounces, hop, skip and a jump over the rough, rolling over nicely onto the 3rd fairway pad around 375 yards. Second shot, I would always set up at the max line, white ring touching the rough on the right. Then we add spin, and the spin may vary here with the amount of top spin at least. I'd say always go with 2 right spin, or maybe 1.8, 1.9, but we want to try and get the ball guide pointing just at the right side of the pin as we're looking at it from that angle. Very tough shot to drop. I had a couple of attempts at this one. This was my 2nd attempt. Sadly, I hit a great left, and in the interests of time, had to move on in order to get the rest of the holes done. But I believe a perfect would have been closer. It would still have missed on the left, so you could tweak it a little bit further if you wanted to with the aim, or maybe a few clicks of right curl. It's up to you really. It's only a Titan, but we're surviving with a nice eagle, of course. Higher power balls, you're going to have a good chance with a rough bump there with a power 5 ball. Great left though, sadly here, but we're still not going to risk the eagle. Rolling onto the green very nicely, you're going to end up with a short putt or a very, very short wedge. Little tweak needed here, and once again on this hole, because I'm really not a fan of it, I'm only going with a navigator. 7.5 backspin, 1 left spin. Adding spin, and we're looking at the second bounce and also the yellow ring. Yellow ring will be more or less touching the rough, but the interest is on the second bounce. Try and find the right spot here. You see there, it's just at the divide line between the dark and light green square columns. So try and replicate that as best you can there. Like I said, primary focus, the second bounce with spin added, but you can also look at the yellow ring to guide you. Min -5, power 1 settings. For me, that's 6 rings. And then here I'm going with just over half wall left curl. I put a few clicks on too many. I would try half wall curl instead. You're going to be very close, and you may, if you're lucky, get in for a hole in one, and you've only spent a navigator. What could be better than that on this very difficult par 3? Even though there's brilliant wind angle here, I'm going to lay up again because I cannot stand the glitchy fairway. I cannot stand the glitchy rough around the green. So there is a method to my madness. Red ring touching the rough on the right at +8 with the rock level 8, +7 with the rock level 9, 1 backspin, 3 right spin, 1 to 1 is the adjustment here. So 8.4 in wind, we're going to go 8.4 rings. Nice and simple, don't need the wind up until the second shot. So you can just concentrate on the setup and then focus, of course, on hitting perfect. Not had any glitch rolls here, but as always, if you can take a token or two, put some personal tweaks in, then that will help you, especially on a difficult course like the Oasis here. Bouncing over very safely, approaching the top left corner, drive distance is going to be around 310 yards. Second shot, we need the Goliath once again. You will be out of range with the Grizzly. 2 top spin, 1 left spin. Add your spin and then set up with the ball guide. The tip of the ball guide with my Goliath level 9, of course, may vary for you if you've got different ball guide amounts. Tip of the ball guide just before the beginning of the cup. It's pointing at the pin though. +4 landing position, going to play 90% slider, 10% elevation. Final part of the equation, and all important part of the equation. Pull this one over the bullseye. So 5 rings for me, going from the edge of the clear ring over the yellow to the other side of the yellow ring. So that's 5 rings over the bullseye. 10% elevation on this one, 2% per yard. So if your landing position was +3, you played 88%. Catching the slope very nicely and falling for the eagle on this par 4. Set up with the quarterback 9 and 10 here on this par 5. White ring touching the bunker at P3 max rest. Then we swap to APOC and Cataclysm bag, not the sniper bag. That's a problem here with the setup. I redid the second shot because I was adjusting it to overpower with the sniper. 5.5 top spin, 3 right spin once we've swapped, of course, to APOC. We're going max +0. For me, that was 5.8 rings, but you should always check your measurements yourself according to your club level, wind strength and all of that. Once we've adjusted, going with a ball and a half of right curl just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. You don't need to use a precision ball here. I was doing so to speed up the content creation process with my work schedules. Just wanted to eliminate any great balls. Bouncing over very nicely into the rough and rolling out. Around here, drive distance of 322. Cataclysm then, we're going with backspin and left spin. You can see I've got 4 backspin, 3 left spin, second bounce, a good ring beyond the rough. In the end, I go with a bit more backspin, so I end up with 5. Still got that second bounce beyond the rough, though it's just coming in a little bit inside the top of the green. Safely to green shot here. Obviously, you can tweak it if you want a more aggressive look at the Albatross. Landing position plus yards +1, going with 72% slider, 0 elevation. It is true club distance, so if you aren't in plus yards, you can tweak from there. I go with outer wall left curl here. I didn't need to do that. If you go with less left curl, you will be a little bit nearer for the Albatross. The speed's good though. If you want to tweak it, you can do. If not, you're safely on the green for an eagle on this tough par 5. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.